Hey everyone, welcome to Coding Plaza. Today we are going to discussing about where we should not use column aliases. Actually, recent video I did on aliases. One of our subscriber has requested that where we should not use aliases, please make a video. That's why I'm making this video. Okay, it's a short video, so please watch. Let's start the video. Here in this video, I'm going to explain the real world scenarios, how we are using in working environment. Okay, so in real time, where in software companies or anywhere, where we should use, where should not use, in this video I will explain you. Okay, first of all, this video motto is where we should not use. Where we should use already I explained in last video. Okay, if anything required is comment, that also will make the video. Okay, particularly where should use. See, the first part is simple reporting. So simple reporting means nothing but the column name is very clear, right here. Employee underscore name, hire underscore date. It should be divided now. So in like this simple reporting places, we should not at all use the aliases because there is a reason is there that aliases also will consume some of the time to allocate the name to the query. Okay. Because we are separately allocating that, so that it will take some milliseconds of time to be allocated to the column name, right? It's an alternative name. So if you are doing simple reporting, means that just for checking purpose, or if the column name is very clear, you don't need to use that. So here I have mentioned that scenario. Yeah, see, you need to generate a straightforward report for all of the guys steps and their hire dates. That's it, no. So it's very clear, no need to give any alias names, right? So the reason also I mentioned in the last that the columns are already clear and descriptive. Making use of alias is unnecessary here, right? No. So like this place, every place we should not use the aliases. Okay. Coming to the second point, single table data extraction. So the same like like earlier one was point only. But if you are taking a single data extraction, like a single table having some data, okay, it is having some 4 or 5 columns. They don't need, right? Even here, aggregate operations we are not doing, like count, some of the mathematical operations, something you are doing means, so the column name will not be clear, right? So, but here, very clear, normally a column we are extracting, right? No. That's why we see the scenario. You want to list all the products in an inventory system with their IDs and names. Okay, so in the inventory system, just we have to check that IDs and names. That's it. So here product ID is there, product name is there from product table. That's it. No. So the reason is that query is directly pulling data from a single table where column names are distinct and self-explanatory. Right now, as explained in area slide, see here, it's a distinct and very clear. Okay. Along with that, just you want to fetch data from a single table. That's what to keep in mind, that if you are fetching a single table having very less columns, like 5-6 columns are there, along with even though 10 columns are there, sometimes it will be very tedious, right? To get the data, to check the column name. Sometimes you have to use the external subqueries at the time that a subquery column name you have to fetch. At the situations, it will be very tedious. That's why single table data extraction, we no need to use that alias. Yeah, direct data export. Yes. This is a somewhat very important concept that when you are exporting a data, like that scenario development, exporting customer data for an external system that uses the column name as is. Okay. The thing is that, see, direct data export means from one database to another database, you are going to export data, or else from one person to another person, like a technical person, you are going to give the data, they are going to utilize in their system. Okay. Sometimes it will be there that you are having client, and client side also IT team will be there. They will ask us some data from your side. So the data should be very clear as column cells. Okay. You have to check with the client that the column name as it is required, or else they will provide a format to you. Okay. As per format, they are not providing the format. You have to give as it is the table data, because they are going to utilize the data in their systems. Okay. So at the situation, they will match our columns and their set columns as it is. Okay. Next time, whatever it may be, their set data we have to fetch means it's same names we have to fetch. If you are giving from here some alias names means while they are importing, they will consider that alias name. While including some data will come, simply they will create table name has select star from the dummy table they will fetch. That's it. Then what will happen? Whatever you have sent data, no. So also if you are sending as an export option like Excel, CSV something. So simply they will import from the system. Some options will be there in Excel developer tools to import the Excel. So simply it will be dumped into the table with the alias name. Finish. That's it. So the column names will not at all be matched. This is a very important concept. Okay, direct data export. So you should, while you are exporting with the client or someone else who is technically validated that data. So with them you have to be clarify that you want a formatted data for a report purpose, or else you want to check use the data in a technical format, because they will use for some REST API, something external there, internet bankings. If banking is there, internet banking. If product is there, some other external product like that will be there. Okay, that also here we are using a single table, or you can use multiple tables. That's not a matter. But export time is very big. Okay. So the reason is when exporting data, especially to systems that expect specific column names, it is better to use original names to avoid compatibilities. As I informed you, so see here, the reason also I mentioned same, right? No. Yeah. See the basic data validation. Okay. See the basic data validation means nothing but that a developer is there. He is going to check some data. Okay. At the situation. Means as per practice purpose, in freshers or intermediate, people will use that as sales ID, sale ID, as quantity, product quantity, like that they will use. Okay, but here just we are doing validation. The quantity is null. Wherever the data is null, there we have to check and we have to report. That's it. We are not going to report to anyone. Okay, we are not going to generate any report. Okay, so basic just validation time, no need to use the alias then. Here, that's why I have not mentioned the reason also. Okay, so this is for just validation purpose. We are going to validate the data. It is proper or not, that's it. It's an extra time it will take to write the Aliases and to validate. It's a very hectic process. So don't use it at the time of basic data validation. See, I want single table filter. Okay, same like that only, single table. In this single table filtering means, here also you should not do it. The video motto is same, but the thing is that the scenario of answering, that's it. Okay. Filtering orders based on status. In an orders table, you quickly see which ones are pending. Okay. Just you are going to filter or you are going to validate the data, right? That's it. So you have to check that which orders are pending. That's it. So simply the reason is, since only one table is there involved, as I told you earlier, and the column names are not ambiguous, alias is not at all needed. You are using only just 2 columns or 3 columns, of course by columns, simple columns, right? So it's not also not ambiguous. It's very clear and understanding, right? Already status, that's it. Some columns will be there that some systems will be there that some unidentified columns will be there. Like you are not able to understand the real world. Automatically column names will be created in some systems. Okay, so at the situation, some uniported data underscore order ID will be there. For the reference purpose with the table name, some serial name they will mention. So at the situation, you can use this. But if single table data, it's very clear column, so you don't need to use that. Then secured. And see, simple aggregation. Okay. The simple aggregation means nothing but simple aggregation is better means here. Simple aggregation, what we are going to do in this thing. In the department, yes, under the department ID, we are going to check the count, right? Here the scenario, counting the number of employees in each department. Okay, just we are going to check the number of employees in the department. So the reason the aggregation is straightforward and column name department ID is self-explanatory. That's it. Just their count it will be displayed, department ID will be displayed. Okay. Here you are not doing much mathematical operation. simply count only you want, right? Simply it will display the count as it is. If you are using count function. Okay. Then seventh one, quick ad hoc queries. Quick ad hoc queries means nothing but that you are using a single aggregate operation, like aggregate function statement, like some average, min, max. So like the things that we are using just to check the total amount in the transaction. Okay. Simple. If, the thing is that you want to check today entire transactions, how much happened. So simply select some transactions where date you will provide. Okay. So at the situations, alias is not at all required. No, it's just a validation, basic validation, right? So like this queries, we'll call it ad hoc queries. The scenario is running a quick ad hoc query can find total sales values from the transaction table. That's it. Reason is in quick ad hoc analysis or data exploration scenario, the focus is on speed and simplicity. That's it. No, just you want to check the sum. Already sum is a loaded thing. Okay. Aggregate operator is loaded thing actually. So you want to sum entire column. We don't know that date, it may be 1000 columns or 2000 rows, column. Or 2000 rows will be there, 10,000 rows will be there on the day transaction, it may be more. Okay. So at the situation, already sum has to be loaded with a lot of rows data. So at the situation, if you are adding alias means, so after loaded, it has to allocate the alias name to the column. You may understand that, right? So in real world scenarios, it's not practical, right? So just you are going to check, you are not going to report to anyone. Means simply you can use that. Okay. So that's what, guys. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. If any doubts and comments are there, please ping in comment section. Any questions are there, any suggestions are there, please update in comment section. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a good day.